coming soon to a computer near you.
Da-da. Alright, so just like the title states, the 5.3 500 horsepower budget build has a new home. Now, before we get to that, I guess we should give a little backstory onto how we came about this decision. And well, yeah. I missed that.
You're on?
Yeah.
Okay. Cut. I'm Ben. As Devon was saying, it's time for a bit of update. For those of you new to the channel, you were probably brought here by the 5.3 budget build, or one of many awesome builds we've done. But the 5.3 budget build is the longest one coming and the most need of attention. So let me tell you what it is. We got a 5.3 block here, Gen 4 internals, flat top pistons, hand ported early LS1 heads, and in LS8
LS9.
LS9 camshaft. Yeah. And an LS9 camshaft, topped off with the cheapest intake manifold we could find. It's a completely fresh build. We went through this, new bearings, new bolts. It's basically a fresh motor. Our goals for the 5.3 liter budget build was 500 horsepower. We kind of called it the 500 horsepower budget build. There's like a whole bunch of videos if you go back and look. Quick disclaimer, definitely not going to make 500 horsepower NA. This is going to need power adders to achieve that goal. We're not that naive. We definitely know what needs to happen to make this happen.
So, now that we covered some of the backstory of the guts of the engine, the nitty-gritty stuff, let's go through over some of why it took so long to get to where it's at, and why it took so long to get to where it's at.
How long has it been?
We've been building this engine for about 2 years now, if I actually am being honest with myself. And when I go back and look at the old videos, it's been about 2 years. And I know that's absurd, so we have to explain ourselves. In the beginning, this was going to be a fun project that we could do because we enjoy building engines and we enjoyed sharing that experience with you guys. And it just kind of snowballed into this whole thing. From the beginning, we didn't really have a clear direction or goal on what we wanted to do with the engine. It was honestly just kind of being built just to be built for fun. But as it came together, the engine came together, we decided we need to actually figure out what are we going to do with this engine. It'll make it easier to build and it'll give more direction onto where we want to go. That took a really long time to figure out. We went from highway racing to airstrip attack types things, to like mile and half mile racing, to drag racing, to road racing.
Drift.
Yeah, and now we're at drifting. That's basically where it's landed right now. So right now we're pretty dead set on a fun street car that has really good drift capability. With that being said, why did it take so long? As some of you may know, life happens, and it happens a lot more to some than it does to others. To put things in a nutshell, it just got shelved on the back seat so we could take care of life, and a lot of different things just kept happening that was just kind of like, you know, this is on the back burner until we can figure out what we're going to do and what we want to do, so on and so forth. We want to do it right, and we want to have fun and make sure we're doing it for the right reasons to begin with. led us down this really long, drawn out path. Really glad you guys stuck with us as long as you have. That's amazing, and I thank you for it. We've hit 16,000 amazing subscribers, and honestly, I never thought we would have done that in the amount of time that we did. Sure, some channels have done it quicker, some have done it longer. It's not a race, and we're not comparing ourselves against anyone else or anything else out there. We're just trying to get this done for ourselves. And that's something that we've come to realize over this process is it's just kind of just like a culmination of high school dreams coming together. Yeah, and we're just gonna make that happen. Anyway, enough about us and our shortcomings. Now on to the 5.3 build and the channel in general. So a lot of you are here because you want to know what's happening with this engine. Title of this video, 5.3 has a new home. It does have a new home. You probably thought it was a car. It's not a car. It's this garage, which was one of the main things that's been holding us back from moving along, is having a place to build the engine and having a place to build the car that the engine is going to be going into. You might be wondering, is this the car the engine is going to be going into? Maybe, maybe not. More importantly though, the engine now has a home. Before we had both just moved into new apartments on opposite sides of town, which presented its own challenges in timing and scheduling and all that, and neither of us had a garage. So the engine was still chilling at the rent house, and we finally just rescued it after I got this garage here at the apartment. So now that we have a home for it, we can actually actively look at getting a car, because you can't, well, you can build a car, but not very well, not very securely can you build it in a parking lot where you can't can't secure your tools or your parts or anything. So that's really been the main hang-up, is just not having a place to build an engine, to build a car. But now that we do, we can move on forward with it and start getting these videos rolling back out.
So this engine's been living at my parents' place, pretty much the location to 90% of the older videos. It's just kind of been huddled away in the garage. My parents just moved pretty much across the state, leaving the house pretty much empty, and I had to really rush to clear everything out. And I just barely saved the 5.3 in time. It was this close to being loaded up and taken away by some unsavory people. So, bullet dodged, and hopefully we can get this back on track now.
So, I'm just going to bring this together with, future plans for the 5.3 build. Like we said, it's going to be more of a fun street car with some driftable capabilities. With that being said, the exact car we have, you're going to have to keep watching to find out.
Because it's not this one.
Gotcha. Anyway, but more on this one soon, so you guys know what it is, why, how it got here, and the plans with this one.
And you should...
But yeah, so we just wanted to bring you guys this update because we've been asking, we've seen the comments and messages and whatnot, so this is our response. This is what's going on with the 5.3, this is what's been happening with us and our lives and what's going on with the channel. It's still here, it's alive, it was on halt. COVID kind of stopped everything on top of everything already, but it's alive and well, and this baby will be running in a home very, very soon.
It may be slow. It may be slow coming, but it is real, and it is here.
It's coming.
Coming soon to a computer near you.
All right. Right. All right, anyway, thanks you guys so much for checking it out. Thanks for sticking with us through all this time. We really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Drop us a like, leave us a comment. We want to hear back from you about everything. And we'll see you guys next time. Remember to go out there, do something awesome. Peace.